There's the gold card, and immediately Flash comes out from Chovy, even takes him down to 200 health. And that will push him to go back home.
Because I don't think there was any world where... okay, hold that thought. Willer coming over.
Taking a lot of damage as Vista's already here as well. And he goes for the knockup. Croco getting taken down very, very low, but does safeguard himself out. Willer is going to survive.
Almost dies.
Yeah.
One more turret shot hits, he is dead. Can show up here in a moment's notice. He's obviously being zoned out from doing so right now. I think Summit knows about this.
He suspects. He definitely suspects. As they were trying to get that lightning rush, and they do manage to get it. There's the ulti through. And in goes Chovy now, looking to hop underneath this turret, but he's going to take a lot of damage. Decides he's going to flash out, still takes that turret shot as Fate will get booped back by the blast cone. And now Croco finds himself in front of two members. There's the quickness on the bottom side as well, as Def just steals away the first blood. Croco also goes on a huge journey on the top side of the map to kill Willer, and Morgan's like, what's happening, guys? Where is everyone?
Oh man, he's just the catalyst for all of this. He's not really even involved.
Oh no, he might actually be able to kill somebody. A great flash from Morgan and manages to take down the cannon, utilizing his Omni Stone to get the aftershock. Oh, that was beautiful, and he's gonna survive.
On his way up here, so instantly the Fate teleport comes through, and he matches Chovy's rotation over. And they're so deep at this point. Chovy actually just is so...
That was so sick.
The blast cone away, like, he should be dead by all rights, but he's able to get out. And then I wanted to see this because we kind of missed it. He gets the double there with the kick and then Q's back in.
Yeah.
Insane.
And then gets the flash and ultimate out of Willer, unfortunately for Willer, when he just tagged him with a Q, so he was just always dead.
That was just effort walking a little bit too far forward as level 6 is hit.
Well, got a bit of a 3v2 happening here on the top side of the map, as we can see. Vista, once again, having a bit of an excursion towards the top lane. Looks like Liv Sandbox are going to be okay for the moment. Effort walking over some vision. Prince is here as well, as Summit throws down the ultimate. Doesn't find too much value here as the teleport's coming through from Chovy. Morgan gets the stun onto Summit now as gold card is in hand. Hasn't picked his target just yet as the wild cards go wide. Hum Alive just trying to control the battlefield. As there's the quickness. Three-man knock-up from Vista. And the gold card comes through as well. There's the Heartbreaker, and Liv Sandbox are 100% heartbroken after this one. The romance is flooding out of this team as Hanwha Life Esports are providing their life insurance.
Oh, and Hanwha Life Esports is going to take this Rift Herald easy peasy. If you try to contest this as Liv Sandbox, you're basically deciding you're going to flip the game right now. I mean, this is so greedy if they stay here. Not even able to hit anything either over the wall here. You've got to give this up. But the thing is, there's no other objectives to take, and everybody's already grouped here. It's a lose-lose scenario. Chovy's already back farming.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, you guys are just going to happy feet this? Well, I'll be very happy to actually push this into the turret.
They do grab that Herald very comfortably. Liv Sandbox intelligently don't engage, right? But we saw them milling about. It's like, where are the good options? And like you stated, they just weren't any.
It's so unfortunate, as this was such a perfect flash from Morgan.
He got Aftershock as well is just bogus.
Morgan is one of these players that I feel like we rotating mid laner, like if you don't have a Rise or a Twisted Fate in this scenario, you can't snowball the advantage. But if someone's going to walk like this...
Yeah, he's just dead. Hextech Ultimatum comes down. He throws up the ult, so that's going to get a little bit of CC. And in fact, the Viego is going to fall down. Morgan tries to find Summon, and now Croco is looking to peel. And there's the Emperor's Divide. True Shot Barrage comes through from Def, but it's still a great trade for Liv Sandbox. And Hanwha Life, unfortunately, they just botch it.
Yeah, they botched it big time, but also that was a really nice ult from Def. You'd love to see it. He's going to get a lot of extra gold out of this, too, because he's the most fed player in this game.
Yeah.
3-0-0. He's going to get caught, though, or is he?
Decent little flash there out from Def as the Blade Wall comes through. That's going to block a Mystic Shot, but it can't block the Grand Entrance, and that's just another kill.
But
yeah, I've seen this play before.
The soul, the Infernal Soul, and the soul point that comes now with this exchange is so much more valuable.
Look at this, Hanwha Life. They actually want to be here for this one. Effort comes through, gets a decent pulverize, but Willer gets out of the way. Now, the Unbreakable Will. We'll see whether it is actually going to live up to the name, and it looks like the answer is no, as it's not even going to wear off. The kill still comes down. Now, Willer, he's got a whole bunch of CC in his hands. Great pulverize to come through there. And Liv Sandbox, they cannot survive the onslaught. All of the resets coming on through. Depth having a field day, and welcome, Baron. Would you like to have a bit of a battle to start off your time here on the Rift? And he says absolutely yes.
Yes, and this one will actually be free with no asterisk. The Baron, the timing of this could not be more perfect. And Live Sandbox donate themselves on the top side of the map while playing around a Rift Herald that's so difficult to execute against a comp that can collapse and punish. And look at how this is set up. Like, I really respect the play from Kako because Effort's at the perfect angle to actually get the second follow-up to this, but if you can't kill him at that moment, you can't really do anything here, and Effort is, of course, immediately caught. And you don't have vision control around this part of the map. Summit's stuck on the top side of the map. Still doesn't have stopwatch, by the way. Starting to sound like Valdez here, but everything about this fight is just, it's doomed from the moment they don't get the pick.
And as soon as the first pick comes through from Hanwha,
as Live Sandbox.
Well, Effort's just going to walk himself into this Tri-Brush. He's looking for a turret to keep himself alive, but it's not going to work. There's a Chovy there, and he's a little bit too scary. Now Willer is going to pick up the cow and move it towards smacking down that top outer turret with his hooves. Fate wanting one of those big plays on this Azir. But Hammerlife, they know exactly what's going on. Spotted him out. Wildcards are even going to tag him there, as we can see.
They know Vista's here, so there's actually such a huge threat of even a turret dive once Chovy shows up. You've got to be so respectful. Morgan finally actually really putting the pressure on Summit. Got the Rift Herald pressure.
Yeah, Shirley is doing some work, but all of that vision now is given over as Emperor's Divide going to whiff completely, but Fate should be able to keep himself alive unless Chovy decides not to. Yep, there's the gold card. Fate's going to stun himself. That is going to delay the inevitable, but inevitable it is. And now Live Sandbox, they're going to use that opportunity to try and fight this 4v4. They do manage to take the Drake. So denying that Infernal Soul, certainly good news, but there is a Twisted Fate running amok in your base, gentlemen.
Yeah, and he's going to get the inhibitor as well. He's not alone. Deft is there. Willer buying so much time here, preventing this rotation to come through. That's a guaranteed inhibitor here.
Really be like, oh, Fate, you were completely out of position. It's just so hard when you have map control as a Twisted Fate, right? As Willer's going to come on down. It looks like Morgan should be able to grab this 1v1 as Summit's going to delay it. Croco now gets exhausted. The cannon has been taken out. Croco with some fancy footwork is going to at least get himself to safety, but now they don't have the kick for the upcoming fight, nor do they have their cannon. And Hammerlife just going to wait for a minion wave. It's actually a long way away, as Chovy has decided that he's not waiting for that one. He's just going to push down this top lane
and the power
try and threaten this inhibitor turret.
The power of Soul Point is shown in spades in this game, because you know that if you give up this Drake, yes, it's small amount of value for Live Sandbox, but it is mostly meaningless compared to what you're gaining. You have now inhibitor control, and Fate, once again, the victim, has a second stopwatch now with the Zonias, but he's going to have to burn it before any fights happen. Look at the damage!
Pressure on Fate. It's just ridiculous. Chovy with so much damage. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Hammerlife pushing with Reckless Abandon as well. Chovy now just going to pick the pigeon out of the air with his gold card. Does have to flash in the end. It's creating a lot of pressure as Deft is splitting on the bottom side. The rest of the team probably could have been doing a little bit more work there, but as you can see, Deft, some meaningful damage, and Chovy's not done yet. He's just going to take the inhib, and they're everywhere. There's like 7 members of Hammerlife Esports on the map right now.
Yep, and that's going to be inhibitor turret with just one more auto. Okay, well, Def can't quite get close enough. No minion wave here, and Effort is nearby, but I mean, how much more ahead can you really be here as Hammerlife Esports? And Live Sandbox, they don't have amazing tools to turn this into a win from behind, and they don't have any side pressure. They're just going to run straight at this Baron because they have vision control here. They're able to verify that with this Scryer's Bloom.
I think they were aware that Hammerlife went for a reset, so maybe this is their Hail Mary opportunity, as Willer does get all of the information. Morgan, in the meantime, is going to take the 3rd inhibitor.
He has teleport too.
And Summit looking for a potential flank. He's going to dive on top of Vista, finds him with a Gleaming Quill, and Deft finds the shooting gallery. In goes Effort. Deft is in the bouncy castle. Goes golden now. The quickness is beautiful. Deft trying to flash his way out. There's the S-rank, but unfortunately, it does absolutely nothing. And now it's Willer's turn to be the Samira. Picks up resets. Whose resets are they? Viego's or Samira's? I don't know. Morgan doesn't either, because he's just winning the game.
That's going to be into that inhibitor, or rather Nexus turret, excuse me, and they don't interrupt the back, but Morgan can kill this Nexus by himself with a few of his friends.
Sad Zoe waving goodbye as well as Fate. Not going to be able to stop this one, but Hanwha Life, after a very disappointing game 1.